Domino CEO Rich Allison. Rich, congrats on 60. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for having me on the program.
So your business is considered a lockdown winner. What are you seeing right now as cases spike in this country and restrictions start to rise again?
Well, we've continued, throughout the pandemic to see, a steady tailwind in demand, particularly for delivery, in our business. And that's been the case as, cases have ebbed and flowed throughout the course of the year. And, not just for Domino's, but I think we've seen, broadly across the food category, substantial demand for delivery this year.
Then what happens when a vaccine comes and people do want to go out more, eat out more? How much of a headwind is that going to be to the business next year?
We don't yet know exactly, how customer behavior is going to change. In the new year, we do expect it will be, a gradual rollout of the vaccine, as I think we're all seeing and hearing around that. And certainly we expect, folks to, want to get back into restaurants over time. But, this trend in delivery and this trend broadly in off-premise consumption was well underway, even prior to COVID-19. And certainly the trend in customers moving toward digital ordering platforms was in play well before COVID-19. And, as a brand, we've put a lot of time and money into innovation, around off-premise and around digital. And we were very well positioned, at the start of the pandemic. And it has just accelerated, some of those changes in our business over time.
Rich, when you talk about delivery, what's the percentage split between people that order direct through Domino's versus those food delivery platforms? And do you care that so much growth is coming from those platforms, or because the margin is lower, or do you just welcome any growth whatsoever?
So in our business in the U.S., we don't participate on the third-party delivery platforms. We've been one of the very few restaurant companies that has held out of that, and we've done it really for two reasons. One is to maintain control of that customer relationship, because there's really 2 points of contact when the customer places that order and when you show up at the door with their food. And we really feel like it's important for us to own that customer relationship. And then secondly, it really is about the economics for our franchisees. And by having our own digital platforms, and digital for us, is about 70% of our orders, about 75% of our U.S. sales. We already had the platforms in place at the beginning of the pandemic to bring that digital experience to our customers.
But it is competitive out there, Rich, and we're seeing gains from Papa John's and Yum Brands Pizza Hut. They're all doing well right now, and they're all catching up with the technology to you. So how do you plan to keep the customers from going away and continue to gain market share?
Well, Sarah, we've got to continue to invest in innovation, and we got to be great at execution every day. At the end of that experience, there's food on a family's table at night, and so it starts and ends with the food. We've got to be great there. We've got to continue to bring terrific value to the customer, and in particular, coming out of this pandemic and the recession that we're all finding ourselves in. Being very focused on value is going to continue to be an important part of our strategy. We've maintained a $5.99 price point on delivery for about 10 years now. We're going to continue to stay focused on value. And then as it relates to innovation, continuing to find ways to meet our customers where they want to be, how they want to receive their food. And as you've seen lately, more food innovation brought to bear as well, as we try to capture more occasions from our customers.
Rich, it's great to see you today. And I have to say, great to see you as it is at distance. But it is a greater shame than normal not to be in person, because with you guys ringing the bell, you typically come with lots of pizza. So we would have maybe got some free slices today if this had been normal times.
We would absolutely have brought a bunch of pizza with us today for sure, and look forward to the day when we can be back together again in person for sure.
We'll make sure let's book Rich on the first show, guys, when we're back in person. Rich, thank you very much.
Thanks, Will.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.